Welcome back. In this next dark, evil horror, we'll be telling you a story about the haunted orphanage Hospicio Cabañas in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. In the heart of Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, Hospicio Cabañas rises like a stone monument built to mercy, but remembered by many as a house that swallowed suffering. The verified history is chilling enough. This massive 19th century institution was built to shelter society's most vulnerable orphans, the elderly, the disabled, and the chronically ill. UNESCO describes it as a unique charitable complex designed for care and shelter, covering a monumental 2.34 hectares with open courtyards, corridors, and a chapel at its center. But when night falls over those long arcades, the building's beauty turns cold. The courtyards become empty wells of sound. Footsteps echo where no visitor walks. And the legend says that some of the children who entered that place never truly left. They remained in the stone, in the chapel, in the shadows under the arches, small, silent figures watching from doorways, waiting for someone to hear them. The orphanage was not built as an evil place. It was commissioned under Bishop Juan Cruz Ruiz de Cabañas y Crespo and designed by architect Manuel Tolsa, with the purpose of helping the desperate and abandoned. But places meant for mercy can become terrifying when too much pain is trapped inside them. Imagine the building in its darkest years. Children crying through fever, the sick breathing in narrow rooms, elderly residents fading away under high ceilings, and the silence after each death settling into the walls like black dust. There are no reliable records proving ritual torture or demonic practices, but local horror legends twist the suffering into something more sinister. Whispers that cruelty hid behind discipline, that prayers turned into warnings, that some rooms felt less like shelter and more like punishment. In the folklore, whatever haunts Hospicio Cabañas is not just one ghost. It is abandonment itself, wearing the voices of children. The most infamous legend is the cursed clock. According to haunted location reports and local ghost stories, a large clock installed in 1952 supposedly stopped whenever a child died inside the orphanage. Whether true or not, the image is horrifying. A quiet ward, a child's final breath, and somewhere above the corridors, the hands of the clock freezing, as if time itself refused to move past the death. That is why people say the building does not simply remember, it counts. It counts the lost. It counts the forgotten. It counts the children whose names disappeared into institutional records and dust. In the legends, visitors hear faint running, distant crying, and little voices calling from empty patios. Some claim the spirit children play in the courtyards after dark, but the games sound wrong, too slow, too hollow, like tiny feet dragging across stone instead of running. Then there is the chapel, where horror and art become almost impossible to separate. In the late 1930s, Jose Clemente Orozco painted 57 frescoes inside the chapel, including the famous El Hombre de Fuego, the Man of Fire, now considered one of the great masterpieces of Mexican muralism.
During the day, visitors look up and see genius. In a horror documentary, you look up and see something else. Bodies twisting in fire, machines, sacrifice, conquest, violence, and spiritual agony burning across the dome. The murals were not painted as demonic ritual, but in the haunted imagination, they feel like witnesses. The stone chapel becomes a mouth. The painted figures seem to move in the corner of the eye. And when the building is quiet, the legend says the children gather beneath the man of fire, staring upward as though they are waiting for judgment, or waiting for the thing above them to come down.
Today, Hospicio Cabañas is no longer an orphanage. It became a cultural center and museum in 1980s, and UNESCO declared it a World Heritage Site in 1999. But haunted places do not always die when their purpose changes. Sometimes they only learn to hide behind daylight tours, artwork, and polished museum floors. The horror of Hospicio Cabañas is not a single murderer, not one proven demon, not one documented ritual. It is the terrifying possibility that too much grief can become intelligent. That the children's footsteps are not echoes, that the cursed clock did not stop because children died, but because something inside the building was feeding on their final moments. And if you stand alone in one of those courtyards, beneath the old arches, and hear a child whisper your name from behind you, do not turn around too quickly. The legend says, the dead children do not want to hurt you. They only want you to stay!
Thank you for your support. And thank you for tuning into the darkest horror stories of your life. Some of the stories are based on true events or experiences. Please do us a favor. If you could hit like, share this video, and subscribe to our channel. Never listen alone, and stay tuned for a new horrors and stories.